Good morning, Year 9, and welcome to Week 4. This week, we're going to look at the problems of the rapid growth of Mumbai. Remember, in Week 2, we looked at the growth of Mumbai, and we saw that the growth was extremely rapid over the last 50 years or so. This has meant that we've got issues such as the growth of large slums, providing water and sanitation for everybody, and increasing traffic congestion as air pollution. And these are some of the issues we're going to focus on today. As a starter, watch the video, which is shown on this slide, and answer the two following things. So list the different types of road users you can see in the video, so cars, bikes, etc. And then identify 3 problems for road users that you can see in the video. Pause the presentation once you have watched the video, jot down your ideas, and then we shall go through them on the next 2 slides. So one obvious problem faced by Mumbai is that there are a large number of different road users, and all of these want to use the roads. You can see there is a lack of pavements or dedicated cycle or bus lanes, although this is changing in some cities, and road accidents are high as a result. 3 problems. Well, there are many problems shown in this video, which is quite entertaining in its scariness. First of all, you've got people walking in the road, and also bikes and push bikes and motorbikes, which are quite vulnerable. You've got cars driving very fast. You've got no systems which seem to be in place for giving way or indeed knowing what the rules of the road are. You've got congestion in certain places, and you've got cars just pulling out onto roundabouts and at road junctions. There are also very few road markings. So we're going to follow on from this starter and address question 3 first of all, which is, what are the issues with transport and air pollution? Well, the rapid growth of the city leads to lots of people living there, which leads to lots of problems with traffic congestion and air pollution. According to this graph, it is the worst city for congestion, and the 65% relates to how much longer people sit in traffic in Mumbai than on a clear day or on a sort of average day. We can see also that New Delhi comes in at number 4. From this slide, you can see the air pollution visible in the photograph, and these are 2 headlines from local newspapers. So Mumbai's air pollution is now 50% above the permissible limits, and the air quality reaches hazardous levels. If it's hazardous, it means it's going to be harmful to people's health. One of the issues is that there is not enough train capacity for all the people living in Mumbai, and also the new arrivals in Mumbai that need to get to work. This leads to people wanting to by car, which is a problem because there is not enough money for everybody to buy a car. However, one company, Tata, who also own Land Rover Jaguar, have made a very, very cheap car, and at one point they said this was the world's cheapest car. It was under $2,500 or £2,000 to buy in India, and as you can see from the diagram, it's quite a simplistic model. What they found though was that they couldn't make it anymore because it actually lost the company money, but I don't think it will be long before there's other similar cheap cars that people in India can buy. So what's the advantages and problems with lots of people in Mumbai buying cheap cars? And this is the challenge activity associated with looking at increasing traffic congestion and air pollution. You may like to just pause the presentation to have a read through of some of these different views. So, probably the biggest problem of rapid growth in a city like Mumbai is providing good quality housing to all. and Mumbai does not have enough money to do this. So this leads to the development of slums. This is the same slide as in the last week's PowerPoint, so just as a recap on what slums are. And if you need to, pause the presentation and read it again. We talked about problems of slums last week to some extent, and also we can see that there are some obvious problems there. But there are many positives as well. And one massive positive is that Dharavi, which is the largest slum in Mumbai, has a thriving informal economy with an annual turnover of $1 billion US. In the picture you can see, in the top left, you can see people that are reusing oil cans, so they clean them up and resell them. In the top right, we can see some kind of recycling. Looks like quite a lot of plastic. They're very good at recycling plastic in Dharavi. We can see leather making in the bottom left. Lots of the leather products from Dharavi end up in countries like the UAE, in cities like Dubai. And in the bottom right, we have a woman selling pottery, probably that she has made. Other positives of slums in Mumbai are a strong community spirit. People have also worked very hard to improve their housing situation, converting plastic and wood to brick and replacing roofs and so on. The video of Slumming It, if you watched that, showed that people are generally happy living in slums, but would like better water, sanitation and waste disposal, etc. And this is shown in the second episode, which is one of the activities on the grid. There are obviously many problems of living in Mumbai slums. There is a lack of space, there is a lack of rubbish collection, there is a lack of water. And finally, the issue of providing clean water and sanitation for people. So in Dharavi and other slums in Mumbai, people have to get their water from communal taps. The taps are usually only turned on for a maximum a couple of hours a day, and there are long queues forming when people have to go and get water. The previous slide showed that there are not enough toilets and they are communal, which means that there are problems with cleaning and people taking care of them. One other issue which relates to water is the disposal of rubbish and waste, and often people end up dumping rubbish into waterways, and that makes the rivers extremely polluted. And you can see these slum dwellers live next to a river, which would be hazardous to their health. This week, as I've already said, it is looking at the problems of rapid growth in Mumbai. The tasks relate to the key questions that we looked at the beginning of the presentation. And finally, these are the textbook pages that you can use if you would like to, but they are quite limited in detail, these textbook pages, so it would be good if you use the PowerPoint and some of the resources that I've sent you just to give your notes a little bit more detail. Thank you very much, and we look forward to receiving your work.